I'd like to welcome everyone to the November 2nd, 2023 meeting of the Pinson City Council. I'd like to call this meeting to order at this time. Please rise for our invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Father, we thank you again for this evening. We thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. We ask, Father, that you would be with our citizens. We have just gotten some reports of some folks that had some accidents and some fires going on this evening. We ask that you'd be with the first responders, especially during this time while they're handling that. We ask for a quick recovery for the person that was in this bad car wreck a little bit earlier, too. Father, give us wisdom as we cover your stuff this evening, and we just ask all this in your name.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Madam Clerk, can we have the roll call, please?
Counselor Urban.
Here.
Counselor Walker.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Roberts.
Here.
Counselor Churchwell.
Here.
Counselor Kirkland.
Here.
Mayor Cochran.
Okie doke. Next is the minutes scenario, I believe.
Yes, I would like to make a motion to approve and waive the reading of the minutes as written for October 19th, 2023.
Second.
Motion and a second. Was there any questions or concerns on those minutes?
I didn't see any.
Everybody's good on that? All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the minutes are so approved. Next, I'm going to suspend the rules and call a Battalion Chief Chris Horn up from the Centerpoint Fire District. I believe he wants to give us a report on how things are going there.
Thank you. First of all, I want to give you an update. There's a group of us that are going to leave on Wednesday of next week to go to Fairhope to do the final inspection on our new pumper, our ladder truck that's been on order for 2 years. So we'll finally get to go do the inspection. Hopefully it will be back at our station by the 13th, our next board meeting, Monday the 13th. So it should be back in town then, and we can go in service on it after we do some in-service classes on that. So that's very exciting for us. The new rescue truck that we received from the county's fundings is in service. You may have saw it today if you were down 79. It was busy today. It's a bigger box than the rest of our other fleet, which that's okay. It's a four-wheel drive. And that's the reason it's down here in this area, because the area that it needs to be in for the four-wheel drive. A couple of numbers I want to run by you. For September, we ran 860 calls. That is up from this time last year, 23.88%. We're at 7,733 calls for the year. We're down 6 employees at this time. We did go through some interviews last week and this week. We interviewed 9 personnel, so hopefully we can bring those on and get that back up. One of our battalion chiefs retired on his last day is actually November the 29th, but his last shift was in October the 29th. So he'll run his time out, and that's Battalion Chief Paul Henderson. He's been with us over 26 years. He was also the longtime station captain at Station 2 down here on 79 for over 19 years. So we're going to miss him. We already have a replacement for him. Chief Dan Sagas was a station captain at Station 5. He is now the battalion chief that took his spot at this time. I think that's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Chief, we appreciate it. You did give us another report here for September, I believe it was, for the total accounts for these are all the departments in Jefferson County? Or?
That is correct, yes, sir.
There are a lot of fire departments in Jefferson County.
There is.
This doesn't include the municipal ones. This is all the.
Well, this is only the report that Jefferson County 911 dispatched for us.
Okay.
Okay, these are all the departments that Jefferson County 911 dispatches.
So only just a few of the larger cities, I suppose, are the ones that's missing there on that. So.
Yes, sir. That's correct. And the sheriff's department totals are also at the bottom.
Well, I tell you, as you look through this right here, just on this, it's 3,549 calls. Again, that doesn't include some of the, you know, the Hoovers, the Birminghams, and that sort of group. Y'all are very busy.
We are, and just 911 did an outstanding job today. We had two major incidents going on at the same time. We had a incident that lasted over 45 minutes where a car went down in vein 50 feet, and we had to cut the lady out to get her out. That took us over about 40 minutes to get her out of the ravine into the back of the rescue truck to the helicopter that we had landed at Solid Rock Church. While that also was going on, we had another incident, another woods fire going on in the same time. The dispatchers really juggled that and did an outstanding job. We currently have two woods fires going on right now as I speak. One is on Carson Road and one is right up here at Fox Hill. I cannot stress enough, I know that everybody thinks they can burn in barrels and all that. This is not the time to burn, because that little embers will get out and get in that pine straw, and it'll go right on up the hill. So keep that in mind.
There's a lot of fuel, I suppose is the word, that's out on the ground right now, and it's extremely dry conditions.
Yep.
So folks don't think about it.
That's right. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Chief. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, rules are back reinstated again, and we will move on to the committee chair reports. And Ms. Irvin, we've got the payment of the bills, I believe.
Yes, I would like to offer a motion to pay the bills in the amount of $67,604.93.
Motions, there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Was there anything in there you needed to point out?
Highlights, we paid our internet, which was about $4,500. We paid our deputies, which is $35,000, and then we also got our landscaping updated, which is about $4,000.
Sounds good. Any other questions or comments?
Nope, I don't have any.
Sounds good. All in favor of approval and payment of those bills, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none, so we will pay those bills. All right, next we're going to move on to enhancements. I wanted to mention about the Boo Bash that we just had last Friday evening over at the Rock School Complex. That was a joint venture between the library and the Park and Recs Department, and it was a major hit again this year. It's basically a trunk or treat type thing, but with a lot of extra activities going on. So they had folks, different businesses, some churches and things had booths set up. One of our city departments had a booth set up. Folks in costume and everything else. They got kids and the adults got to come in on that, and then they had fixed up down the hallway there, heading up to the library. Had a nice little deal there. I won't call it spooky, but it was, you know, it was dark and had all kinds of cool stuff hanging from the ceiling and all, so it was fun. Then they went, we had over in one of the rooms, they had crafts so that kids were able to make some fall festival and Halloween type crafts. And then up in the event room, they had games up there, and they were also in that same scenario. So it was a full blown event there, and there were so many people. They were lined up out into the parking lot. So it was fun, and they had some what do you call those? The vendors, the food vendors, and all out front. Food trucks. That's the word I'm looking for. Food truck. I need to go to one. Outside, so folks had fun out there at the getting some food and turning it into a family event. So we like that. So I say all that to say, if you missed that, we've got a few more items coming up. And Ms. Irvin, I believe you were going to share with us about these.
Yes. We have Veterans Day coming up, or Veterans Day lunching. It is on November the 10th. It's from 11 to 1 over at the Rock School. And you can call to make reservations at 205-680-5556.
Please get those calls on in. We want to make sure that we have the adequate amount of barbecue and fixins. I've been told about some of these fixins now. It's going to be really nice. That, and we even have some nice a token of our appreciation gifts for the veterans and all there. It's always really nice. But we want make sure if you know any veterans, this is open. You don't have to necessarily live right here in Pinson. You don't have to have been before. It's okay. We invite new people, and we've got lots of room over there. So please reach out. We really do appreciate the service that all our veterans have given us, and we want to recognize that. What about another event?
Yes, we have our Christmas parade. We will have a special guest, well, 2 special guests. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be there. The parade is on December the 4th at 6 p.m. The registration to have a float or anything in the parade is on our website. It's a fillable PDF. Just download it, fill it out, and you can email it back to us.
That is always big, so we definitely want to make sure that everybody gets signed up for that. Huge crowd comes out. Everybody wants to
And
come to
don't
that
forget to tell everyone that the veterans will have entertainment.
Yes, and who is that entertainment again this year?
That's 3 on a string.
So, I mean, you're going to get food and a nice little show then.
Yes, and a gift.
This is a really nice. This city really takes care of its veterans. I'll tell you.
It does.
It's exciting. Ms. Glenda, what about the trade days this weekend?
Yes, we're having the trade days on the Saturday the 4th on Main Street from 9 to 2. So everyone come out, and they don't block the road now, so you're able to park and walk to your different vendors that you want to look at. And we're getting a bigger crowd by doing that, and it's just more people is coming. They come by, they see it, and they pull off and say, "Huh, this looks interesting." So everyone come out.
This will be the last one, I assume, for this till spring.
I forgot what the last one. I don't have the list, but it may. Yes, you may because it's going to be too cold. They may have one in December because it won't be any conflict with the Christmas parade. So
Okay.
they may have one in.
So
They'll
if they
probably
do
have
one in December, that one will be more of a ice skating motif, perhaps.
Well, if they have it the very first weekend, Saturday of December, maybe it's not going to be bad. But if they have any, if they know they're going to have bad weather, no one will, vendors don't want to come. So.
Excellent. Okay, that sounds good. Let me go ahead and open up a public hearing regarding zoning classification at 6729 Ridgewood Drive. So at this time, if there's anyone here that needs to speak to the council regarding that rezoning, this is your opportunity to be able to talk about that. So if there's anyone here, I don't think there is, so I'm going to close that hearing out. Mr. Walker, do you have anything about this?
Yes, I would like to offer an ordinance to rezone the property at 6729 Ridgewood Drive from Jefferson County Residential to Pinson Residential Medium.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Whoa, that was close. I believe Ms. Irvin got that, Madam Clerk. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. So this is basically just a adaptation from a post-annexation rezoning. So this is not one that pretty much will match up with all the rest of the neighborhood. And I think that map looked like
Clearing up the paperwork.
looked like we were. That looks like it's filling in the block quite nicely over there. So it's nice to see the folks there in Ridgewood come on in on that right there. So, Madam Clerk, can we have a motion to a vote on a motion to consider that? I believe.
Counselor Irvin,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Roberts.
Yes.
Counselor Churchwell,
Yes.
Counselor Kirkland.
Yes.
Excellent. So, were there any other questions about this one? It's pretty routine, but all right, Madam Clerk, can we have a vote on the actual ordinance change?
Counselor Irvin,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Roberts.
Yes.
Counselor Churchwell,
Yes.
Counselor Kirkland.
Yes.
And that ordinance now passes. It's ordinance number 2023-18. Excellent. So we are going to move on to old business. We're still looking for an individual on the library board seat. We've had some interest shown, but we still want to talk to some folks. So again, if anyone's watching this or listening later to this meeting, please reach out to the library director over at the Public Library. I believe it's also on the library website. So go over there. They'll got some stuff there you can download, learn a bit more about our board. It's a great board that we have already, and they just need another team member. And we'd love to talk to you about it. We have a first-class library and like to have good leadership. Let's see here. Next, I believe we've had a little modification on the purchase price of a truck from Mr. Walker.
Yeah, so last meeting, we talked about the vehicle that the 911 center, Jefferson County had for us for $8,000. In the meantime, they've done a preventive maintenance check on it, and they're having some service done, and they would like to split the difference of that cost with us. So it does save us a little bit of money from having to do it ourselves when we get the vehicle. So I'd like to amend that purchase and make a motion that we increase the amount from $8,000 to $8,850 for the purchase of that vehicle.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second on the 8850. So that's actually nice. They're gonna split the cost there with us on these repairs. So usually you buy the vehicle as is, it's as is, but in this case, I guess they're gonna help us out a little bit. So I think that's gonna be a nice thing. So all in favor of modifying this purchase price for the truck, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That is so moved, so we're approved and you're good to go on that truck, so. Let's see, next, I believe, Glenda, we've got looking at needing to change the date of our next meeting.
Yes, our next meeting, we need to change, it was gonna be on November 16th, but we're gonna change it to November 13th, a Monday, because of the National League of Cities Conference in Atlanta.
That is a motion to,
Yes,
Okay,
make a
I'm sorry.
motion. I'm sorry.
is there a second on that?
Second.
Motion and a second on changing that meeting. We discussed in pre-council about that particular date, so I think that worked well. We checked with Mayor Joe. He's good on that date also, so hopefully that should work out nicely, so. Didn't want to get into that Thanksgiving week. That could be.
No.
Can be an issue. So all in favor of changing the date, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So we will move that to November 13th. We will need, and we're gonna check with, Mr. Black couldn't be with us tonight, but we're gonna check. He was gonna be with us on the 16th, but, we will see if he's available on the 13th also there. All right. I did want to say that our football team, while they didn't have a stellar season, they did have a nice season within their district, and so they, or region, I guess is the word they use, and we were able to make the state playoffs. They'll be playing a week from Friday, I believe, at Muscle Shoals. So we didn't have enough wins to get a home game, but we did get one to at least get a nice road game. So Muscle Shoals is a very tough team, but I'm sure it'll be a good experience. We've got a young team up there, and it's good for them to get a little playoff experience. So we're proud of what the football team has done. Nice crowd last week. I've gotten a chance to go to just about every game this season, and it's been very nice up there. The band has been very awesome, and the football players, like I say, they're young, but they've been really putting out a lot of effort there on that. And the game last week, if you didn't see it, you might want to go back and check those reports, because it was a double overtime. It's been a long time since we've seen overtime at a game up there, and it was double overtime. It was quite a thriller. So Pinson even did a fake punt at one point in time. So they really wanted to win that game to get in the playoffs. So we appreciate that. So was there any department heads? I don't believe there were that needed to speak. Most of them we heard from beforehand, but okay. So at this time, I'll open for public comment. If there's anyone in the public who needs to speak, this is your opportunity. If not, we're going to wrap this meeting up. So I don't see anybody racing for the microphone, so I'm going to take that as a strong hint. Is there a motion? Is there anything else from the dais before we adjourn?
No.
This gang's got it all together. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn. All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are hereby adjourned at 7